Work, Arkansas's got jobs because money matters. The state of Arkansas saw another positive gain in unemployment numbers. Joining us in the newsroom right now, Jay Burr breaking down this month's unemployment figures and what they look like. Jay, how's this all washing out?
Well, Bob, as you know, Arkansas is immune a lot of times to the far ends of national trends, unemployment being one of those things, as the state's unemployment numbers dropped about a full percentage point to 7.1% for the month of July. The most recent unemployment report for Arkansas signifies a positive thing for the state.
Arkansans are getting back to work.
The tourism industry of Arkansas saw an almost 1% increase in employment as it slowly comes back to life. Secretary of Commerce Mike Preston credits those last-minute staycations before school starts.
We are seeing areas of the state that maybe have a state park or have some recreational opportunities tick up a little bit.
Although it saw a slight increase, the leisure industry is still down from this time last year, over 17%. A lot of that can be credited to the lack of conventions in the state, especially in Little Rock.
They were on target for, the busiest year they've ever had in terms of conventions and bookings, and then that all went away.
Government jobs saw a downward trend of over 13% from June to July. Now, some people may not see that as a bad thing, but a large majority of those jobs were in education services.
Fortunately, in some of the areas in our two-year schools, we haven't had the demand of people going into them and some of our colleges around the state.
The state has begun to clear out many of the fraudulent claims in the unemployment systems, but there are still approximately 35,000 frozen accounts between traditional unemployment and the pandemic unemployment assistance. The agency has sent out letters for people to confirm their claims, and that has expedited finding many of those false claims.
And when we don't hear anything, a lot of times you realize that, okay, this is a fraudulent claim.
While unemployment is still high from what it was a year ago, Arkansas is still well ahead of the over 10% national trend. Officials echoing a sentiment many Arkansans likely share.
Are just anxious for those days where we can get back to, said normal, whatever that might be in the future.
And officials also say that when the revenue reports come out, they do expect some more positive news on that front as well. As Secretary Preston tells me that July revenues will likely beat out what was originally projected. Bob.
All right, Jay, thanks very much.